Concord, it's the 78th annual Battle for the Bell as the Concord Spiders host the A.L. Brown Wonders of Kannapolis. Hello again, everyone. I'm Woody Kane, joined by Scott Cleveland. And as we get set for this historic matchup, Scott, this is the oldest continuous rivalry in the state of North Carolina, and it's truly one of those games where the cliche applies. You can throw the record books out the window. However, these two teams on paper right now are headed in different directions.
Well, they are, Woody. Both teams opened the season this year in their first 5 games with 3 wins and 2 losses. Since then, Concord's lost 4 games in a row, been shut out the last 2 games. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Wonders have won 5 straight games, and they've risen to the top of the South Piedmont Conference standings.
As far as some individuals to watch for, Scott, there are a couple of potent offensive stars for the fans to keep an eye on tonight.
Yeah, you got to watch the seniors tonight in this big ball game. And for Kannapolis, you have Jamil Lott, the quarterback. He's a dual threat, both passing and running the ball. Had 90 yards passing and 70 yards rushing last week against Porter Ridge. On the other side of the football, Roger Smith, the senior tailback, not only rushes the ball well, but also is a good receiver. He's got 10 touchdowns this year and averages over 100 yards from scrimmage per game.
And no matter what the history, the rivalry, all the hoopla surrounding this game, it all comes down to X's and O's. What can we expect tonight?
Well, it really does. It comes down to execution. This is a big game. Both teams are going to be up for the game. You've got to watch for those penalties out there. You've got to watch for those turnovers. Momentum's going to be big in this game. You've got big crowds on both sides of the stadium, and whoever can grab that momentum could possibly win the game tonight.
All right, we'll be back to talk with one of the coaches and kick this one off from Concord right after this. Back here at Concord High School, the crowd still filing in. That will fill up this stadium and the grassy area around it. Is always one of the biggest games of the year in the Cabarrus County area. The overall rivalry, 38 wins for Concord, 35 for Kannapolis. There have been 4 ties. Kannapolis has won 9 of the past 11 games. One of those was a forfeit by Concord that they won on the field. Now, earlier, our Scott Cleveland was fieldside and caught up with one of the Kannapolis coaches.
Down on the field with Kannapolis offensive coordinator Jeremy Ryan. Coach, you've won 5 straight ball games, including a 52-0 win last week against Porter Ridge. What are you bringing to this ball game tonight?
Well, we're going to bring a lot of energy. Of course, so will they. We're to the point now where I think we're healthy as we're going to be this time of year. I think we're going to bring in a simple game plan, and basically we're looking for execution and taking advantage of opportunities that might present themselves.
And speaking of opportunities, you got a chance to win a share of the conference championship again this year. What's that mean to your program?
Well, it means the world, to be honest with you. It helps you for playoffs, the seedings, but to be honest with you, it's not near as important as beating Concord.
And speaking of beating Concord, Kannapolis and Concord have been playing for a long time. They're playing the role of spoiler though this year. Does that change anything in how you scheme against them?
They don't care what our record is. We really don't care what their record is. This is the most fun week that we have all year. They probably had a ball this week too. It's a great opportunity and a great atmosphere, and I just wish I was one of the kids tonight, to be honest with you.
Well, Coach Ryan and the Wonders ready for tonight's kickoff. Back upstairs to you, Woody.
A.L. Brown comes in with a mark of 8-2 overall, 6-1 in conference play. Concord 2-7 overall, and 1-6 in conference play. Back with the opening kickoff. We'll meet the starting lineups and more next. Just about set to kick this one off at Concord High School. Back deep for the Spiders, number 3, Will Cowan. Also number 8, Mark O'Brien. Morgan McDaniel set to tow it away for A.L. Brown. There you see him. Also back deep for Concord, number 2, Darren Miller. The 78th renewal of the Battle for the Bell, the oldest continuous rivalry in the state, is underway again. And the kick will sail into the corner of the end zone, almost out of bounds, but it'll be a touchback. Concord will set up shop at the 20, Scott.
Just a great kickoff there. Concord's been having problems on offense. They've only averaged 170 yards offense the last 3 ball games, and now they start their own 20-yard line. So good job by Brown of determining the field position early on.
And how about the Spider quarterback? They've had a change.
They have, you'll see number 16, Jordan Havinga, come out, making his 5th start of the season. He's a junior, 6'4".
Actually, they have changed. It will be Roger Smith on a direct snap. He is not the quarterback, but they lined up Havinga to the side as a receiver. Smith trying to run, gets across the line of scrimmage before he's dragged down by a host of wonders. He wanted to go deep downfield, Scott.
Yeah, he really did. Little curl there by E.Z. Smith. There you see the Concord offensive line. Andrew Tucker, 225-pound senior center, anchors that offensive line. Then we talked about Havinga. Roger Smith, who you saw take that direct snap, has over 1,000 yards offense, 10 touchdowns this season. And then Will Cowan, the top receiver, 27 catches, 509 yards, and 2 touchdowns this season for the Spiders.
And still with the direct snap to Roger Smith, their primary rushing threat. And the ball's on the ground. I think Smith got it back.
He did. One of the problems of putting a non-quarterback back there is you may have issues there on the handling of the football. And missed handoff there. Now you see the defense coming up. Dwayne Stroud, number 93, last week for Kannapolis had a 70-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. Also, Chris Moore there on the second page, the linebacker, scored defensively as well with a fumble recovery. And looking at the secondary, Xavier Watson, 3 interceptions to lead the Wonder defense this season.
3rd and 11 for the Spiders. Smith takes it again. He'll keep it himself. Gets a couple of blocks, and he's headed for the corner. Near first down yardage, Scott. We'll have to see where they spot him.
It's going to be very close. All he needs to do is get the nose of the football to the 30-yard line to pick up that first down.
It is awfully close.
Looks like the nose of the football is on there. First down for the Spiders. And one of the things we talked about tonight, Woody, Concord playing the role of spoiler. They have an outside shot at getting into the playoffs with a win, but right now in the battle for the bell, E.Z. Smith coming out with direct snaps to Roger Smith here on the opening possession, just throwing a little wrinkle in there, giving the Wonders something different maybe they didn't prepare for coming into the ball game.
It probably wasn't on very many game tapes, I'll guarantee you that much, but Roger Smith opening up at quarterback for the Concord Spiders, who have picked up a first down here in their opening drive of the game. Smith tries to throw, and he will go down in a big way. First wonder there. Looked like it was 93 Dwayne Stroud that Scott was telling you about a moment ago. A 70-yard touchdown on a fumble recovery last week in a blowout win.
And just a great penetration there. 5'11", 210-pounder comes right up the middle, puts a hit on Smith, and that's going to be a 10-yard loss, bring up second down and 20. Just great penetration there by Stroud.
And a good job by Smith to hold on to that ball. That could easily have turned into another fumble there, as Stroud is looking for another one after the big one he got a week ago.
And you know, one thing about putting Smith back here, with him not playing a lot of quarterback, he may not have that pocket presence to sidestep that rush coming on.
Pitch. Turning the corner and picking up some positive yardage is Evan Carpenter, the senior, 5'9", 150 pounds. Scott, I was talking to his mom before the game, and he has been picked to play in an all-star game in Australia. They're trying to bring American football there, and the family trying to raise some money to help him make that trip. That's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Well, that really is. That'd be a great experience there in high school. A great run there. Picked up 10 yards back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10. More manageable for the Spiders, but good move there. A little spin move to pick up 5 additional yards after the first hit.
They've already overcome 3rd and 11 on this opening drive. Let's see what Roger Smith has up his sleeve here.
And your right guard lifted up out of his stance. That's going to be an illegal procedure against Concord.
So instead of 3rd and about 9.5, it'll be 3rd and about 14.5, as our referee there was Lou Satrian, and he was giving us the signal. There's Coach E.Z. Smith for the Concord Spiders.
Brandon Birchfield a little eager to get back into probably a pass blocking situation. And again, that's going to bring up 3rd and long now, Woody. 3rd down and 15. And for an offense that struggled to move the ball the last 3 ball games, Concord really needs to manage these 3rd down yardages.
Smith looks downfield. He's in trouble. Buys some time. Intercepted. Coming back the other way for A.L. Brown is number 23. He'll go down at the 23-yard line. That's Josh Black, the defensive back, the junior. He picks it off, and right away, a mistake for the Spiders.
And the Wonders brought a linebacker, outside linebacker, Landon Morgan, came in on a blitz, flushed Smith out of the pocket, and then he got out and threw that interception. And a great job job there by Josh Black, floating around, picking up the ball. 1st and 10 Wonders at the Spider 23-yard line.
And the man to watch here is number 5 for A.O. Brown, Jamil Lott. As Scott told you, a dual threat, running and throwing. Here's the arm. He's going for it all on the first play. Touchdown Wonders. In the end zone is number 11, T.J. Johnson.
T.J. Johnson, their leading receiver, his 31st catch of the year. Now up to 460 yards receiving. That's his 6th touchdown catch. A little bit of contact down there at the goal line, Woody. As Johnson gained separation, he did a great job of fielding that play. First offensive play from scrimmage, the Wonders are on the board.
So right away, the Wonders capitalize on the Concord mistake. Now, Morgan McDaniel will try to make it a 7-0 lead. Kick is up, and it is good. 8:52 remaining, opening quarter. Wonders jump out on top. Morgan McDaniel, after tying the game, puts it down at the 40. He's set to kick it away again. Back deep for the Spiders one more time is Will Cowan, number 3. They kicked it in his direction earlier. Also back there is going to be number 2, Darren Miller. And number 5 is back there as well, Roger Smith. Well, McDaniel has had some big kicks in his career. Seems like he's one of those guys who's been around an awfully long time. A senior.
Last week, 7 for 7 on extra points, plus tacked on a field goal. So a big scoring night last week against Porter Ridge, and a good job of placing that first kickoff.
This one a little shorter, and that one will go into the end zone as well. It bounced at about the 3 and rolls out of the back of the end zone, so another good kick for McDaniel. E.Z. Smith will send Roger Smith back out. And let's see how they choose to run it this time. I'm thinking the way they're acting that they're going to stick with this, Scott, for a while at least.
Looks like they're committed to putting Roger Smith back there, and with him being an all-purpose athlete, trying to create something offensively for the Spiders. Did pick up 1 first down on their first possession before penalties set them back and the interception. Smith
Keeps it himself, jitterbugging, trying to find some room, and finally picks up about 3 yards before he's dragged down. First wonder there looked to be number 42, Justin Carson.
Yeah, Justin Carson pursuing the play from his defensive line position, able to chase down Smith and limit him to a 4-yard gain on first down.
And the advantage for the Spiders out of this, Scott, is this isn't something the Wonders had gotten a look at to prepare for.
Well, that's it. I mean, the element of surprise is there, and also, even though Smith did throw an interception earlier, looks like he does have some arm strength back there, so he's not just a running threat, he is also a passing threat as well.
The Wonders in pursuit, and that one won't work. Dragging him down is Dana Moss, number 97, 180-pound junior. The second man there actually got him, Scott. He got away from the first, Smith did.
First one went there was Justin Carson, who dragged Smith down on the last play. He was in the backfield quickly, and between the two of them, they're going to tackle Smith for a 5-yard loss.
And it looks like the idea from the Wonders is, okay, if you're going to put him back there, we're going to send a lot of pressure and see if we can get him out of any kind of a comfort zone.
Well, the best thing is, anytime you've got a quarterback back there in the backfield with the moves of Smith, if you can get him stopped before he gets started, that's really going to help you out because you don't want him out in the open field attacking your defense.
3rd and 11 for the Spiders again. Smith in trouble again, and he will go down again. A host of Wonders there. First guy once again, Scott, number 97, Dana Moss.
And Quinn Gill also came in quickly as well, number 19. And right now for this Spider offense, they're going backwards as Knapp was really turning up the pressure defensively. Looks like it's going to be a punting situation here.
Just not much time for Smith to be able to look downfield, Scott.
And T.J. Johnson going to drop back. The man that just got the touchdown pass, and he's setting up at the Concord 40-yard line.
And set to kick it away for the Spiders. Brandon Barnhart, pretty good kick, drives the Wonders back across the 45. Still making some moves. TJ Johnson takes it down around the 35-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Give him credit for about a 10-yard punt return. And once again, Kannapolis starts in Concord territory at the 35-yard line. Woody definitely winning the battle of field position. It all started with that opening kickoff.
Now, you mentioned Concord had been shut out the last 2 games. They'd lost 4 in a row coming into this game. I would imagine that job one for them would be to try to keep that ball away from this potent Wonder offense as much as they can as you see Jamil Lott coming out.
Exactly. You mentioned earlier the dual threat, over 1,000 yards passing, 675 yards rushing this season for the senior quarterback, and he's already added on to that on the first play from scrimmage earlier.
Lott, a touchdown pass on his only play from scrimmage so far. He'll hand off to Williams this time, up the middle, and he takes it near the 30-yard line before 3 or 4 Spiders are there to bring him down. And let's take a look now at that Kannapolis offense.
There you see the offensive line. You see Darvish Norris, number 60 there. Darius Norris, 6'4", 310 pounds. Really with the beef up front for the Wonders. Talk about Jamil Lott, the leading rusher, second leading rusher for the team. Jonathan Williams now 600 yards rushing, averaging 6.8 yards per carry. And then you see TJ Johnson leading the receiving corps.
Lott with a play-action fake. Flag is down. Pass over the middle. It's caught at the 10-yard line for the Wonders. We'll have to see what the penalty is about, but it looks like it was Massey, Zach Massey, the tight end, bringing that one down, but it's coming back.
Nice job by Massey on the catch there as he wrestled away from a Spider defender. And that is going to come back. There you see the Concord defensive line. And you see the nose guard there leading the way, Justin Miller. And then the Spider back, the only senior in the linebacking corps, number 7, Zach Shue. And then 2 more seniors back in the secondary, Ben Brill and Damian Watts, as Concord runs that unique 6-3-3 alignment with 3 defensive backs and 3 linebackers.
And this will push the Wonders as far back from the Concord end zone as they have been tonight. Bring up 2nd and 18 for Lott. Gets a good block from Williams, has a man downfield, it's caught! Into the end zone again for the Wonders is number 22. This time the touchdown goes to Colby Reed, the senior.
2 passes for Lott, 2 touchdowns. The Wonders hitting on all cylinders so far this evening.
Credited with 46 yards on the touchdown pass. Colby Reed, a touchdown catch. TJ Johnson, a touchdown catch. And now Morgan McDaniel will try to tack on one more. Into the night, and it's good. 5:37 to go, opening quarter. 2 big touchdown passes for the Wonders. They lead it 14-0. Colby Reed makes his 4th touchdown catch of the season, 14th catch overall as you look at Ron Massey, the A.L. Brown Wonders head coach. Scott, even though he's had tremendous success at A.L. Brown, he hasn't had all that much success here. They've won a game in the Bell game here, but they have not played, by his own admission, as well here as he would have liked.
Looks like they're trying to erase that history so far tonight, as it's pretty easy to see which team's won 5 in a row and which team's lost 4 straight coming in.
And
once
McDaniel.
again, McDaniel just a great job kicking off tonight.
Boy, in high school, what a weapon if you can get touchback after touchback from your kicker.
Well, especially with the high school rule that once it goes into the end zone, it cannot be returned out. It's a dead ball. As long as he can clear the goal line with that kickoff, they're going to start at 20 every time. And like you said, I mean, that just really sets up well for this defense.
Wonders jump out front early, 14-0 here in the first quarter. Spiders went away from what they had been doing and put Roger Smith, their top running back, in at quarterback to open this game. He's thrown an interception. The Spiders have only 1 first down so far. This time he hands it off up the middle and nothing doing. The Wonders diagnosed that and ate it up. First man there was number 93, Dwayne Stroud.
61, Dominic Pfeiffer. 68, Emmanuel Williams.
And so far, the Concord offense has run 8 or 9 plays, Woody. and more than half of them have either gone for 0 or negative yards. So really a great job by the Wonder defense of getting a push up front and stymieing the Spider offense.
The most successful plays so far for the Spiders have been when Roger Smith runs it. When he has tried to go back and pass, he's not had a lot of time. Bobbles it. Now he's in trouble again and runs into his own man and will go down.
I mean, right now, the Wonder defensive line is just having a meeting at the quarterback every time he goes back and attempts a pass.
First Wonder there, that time right in the middle of your picture is big number 68, Emmanuel Williams. He's going to come out of the game now, but Smith got tangled up with one of his own guys.
And again, it's just that controlment of the defensive line, that controlling of the defensive line, the Wonder defense pushing the offensive line from the Spiders back in the backfield. Smith had nowhere to go.
Call it 3rd and 16 now for the Spiders.
Controlment, Woody, is that a new word there in the dictionary?
Yeah. Smith again in a world of trouble. He may have gotten a yard, if that.
You know, one of the downsides of putting Smith back there is the Wonder defense can key on him on every play because they know he's getting the ball. If they put him in at running back, they may fake it to him. They may be able to use him for a decoy. The quarterback may run some as well. But right now, they just know he's getting the ball, and they're going to make sure it comes out of his hands or they're going to tackle him for a loss.
Brandon Barnhart there, the junior, set to punt it away. TJ Johnson back deep for the Wonders. He's about at the 45-yard line.
Johnson had a 10-yard punt return on his first return.
Good high kick. Johnson will let it bounce, and it rolls the Wonders' direction, and the Spiders stop it at about the 42-yard line. They play the whole game on this side of the field, Scott. They have not gone on the other side of the 50 yet.
When you look at the field position so far, as you mentioned, first time after the interception, the Wonders started on the Concord 23-yard line. Second time after the good punt return by Johnson, they started on the 34, 35-yard line. This time they're on the 41-yard line. That just sets up well for this offense, and Lawrenceburg 2 passes, both of them for touchdowns. It's one-sided to this point. Concord needs to come up with a play defensively to try to grab some momentum.
Jamil Lott from the shotgun. This will be Antoine Jordan. Busted for about 2 yards before the Spiders fling him back. Looks like the first man there for Concord, maybe it was number 31, Bradley Phillips, I believe, the sophomore.
Nice job, the sophomore coming up from his linebacker position and stuffing the runner.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 8 now for the Wonders. Inside 3 minutes to go, opening quarter.
Looks like a little bit of confusion back there from Lott getting the signals in from the sideline.
Massey goes in motion. Lott to Jordan again. No, he'll keep it. Big hole, Jamil Lott. He may score. Touchdown Wonders, Jamil Lott. 42-yard run for the Kannapolis quarterback, and they're up 3 touchdowns.
He is the leading runner. Great job of a ball fake by Lott, and then he just kept it. Good hole off right tackle. And when he got this secondary, Woody, he just accelerated away from the Spider defense into the end zone.
He really did like to fuse and run away from some guys downfield, and he's also the holder here. Morgan McDaniel's been a busy young man here in the first quarter. He'll try again. And flags come out. I think there was movement up front by the Wonders. Lou Satrian, our referee, says illegal motion against the Wonders. It'll back them up 5, and they'll try it again.
And really a couple early penalties, the only check marks in the negative side for the Wonders so far in this ball game.
Last regular season game for both teams. Ball at the 15. It was bobbled. Daniel, though, is there on time. Jamil Lott, a great job to put that one down. After he runs for the touchdown, the Wonders ahead by 21 points. Morgan McDaniel going to have to ice the leg down. This will be, I think, the 7th time he's kicked it here in the first quarter. The opening kickoff, 3 extra points, and 3 other kickoffs after those scores. .237 remaining first quarter. Wonders have come out red hot. McDaniel lifts it into the sky, and this time it will be returned. It's Cowan. Picks up a block, has a little seam, still on his feet. Will Cowan breaks it to the outside. Out across the 35-yard line before the Wonders can get him on the ground.
Nice job by Will Cowan of infusing some energy into the Spider attack as he filled that ball back about his own 1-yard line and brings it all the way out to the 39-yard line. Just a good return, and he also kept his legs moving when we got in some traffic and broke a tackle.
New quarterback for the Spiders, number 4, is Ben Brill. We saw him warming up, Scott. Looks like he's got a pretty live arm, 5'9", 165 pounds, and a senior. Getting his opportunity here, and the Spiders will go to a traditional I with Roger Smith, the deep back, after opening the game at quarterback. Here's Smith, fighting forward for about 3, maybe 4 yards before his progress is stopped. First wonder there was number 7, Desmond Gray, the linebacker.
And again, Smith with a traditional handoff there, able to penetrate the line of scrimmage and pick up 3, maybe 4 yards on first down. Able to showcase his talents a little bit better than taking the direct snap.
Bring up second and about 6 now for the Spiders. Inside 2 minutes to go, opening quarter. Brill again to Smith. He's out across the 45 to about the 47, depending on the spot. It'll bring up a 3rd and short for Concord.
And again for the Spider offense, 3rd down and 3. A much better option than 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15. Now they have the opportunity to either run Smith to try to pick up the first down, maybe a little play action pass, get the receivers involved.
Furthest the Spiders have been offensively, they have 1 first down in the game and knocking on the door of another. Smith again. And he's going to be awfully close. A flag goes down. This may be a hold. One of the Spiders out there, one of the offensive linemen, big number 74, John Bell, 255 pounds, looked like he was locked up with one of the Wonders. I think it was Dwayne Stroud, and there may have been a hold. Let's see. Lou Satrian, our referee, let's see what he signals here. It is a hold against the Spiders. It'll come back.
And Smith was stopped short, I believe, of the first down, but Ron Massey elects to take the penalty, put it back into a 3rd and long situation.
Right there.
I mean, just a really good job, even though he was held by Stroud, of stringing the play out, making Smith take it all the way to the sideline to try to pick up the first down, and that enabled the rest of the Wonder defense to get to the point of attack.
Active is not an adequate enough word to describe Stroud's performance so far. He's been everywhere. Now Concord faces a 3rd and 14 here. Brill to throw. Has some time. Now he's in trouble and ball is loose. Spiders get it back, however, it came right out of his hands.
May have been number 51 back there, Dominic Pfeiffer, that knocked the ball loose, and number 53, an opportunistic bounce, Wesley Scott, able to pounce on that ball from the Spiders.
Boy, he was Johnny on the spot. It bounced right back to him. I think it was Stroud maybe who knocked it away. Let's see if 93 gets it. Yep, it was Stroud.
Stroud was there, then number 51. So again, you talked about Stroud having a great first quarter, really making things happen out there for the
Barnhart set the punt it away. Driving kick, and it will not even be an opportunity for a catch for TJ Johnson. He just has to look like an outfielder watching a home run sail out of the park, and it's down at the 23-yard line. Great kick for Barnhart.
And really a couple things working in the Spiders' favor. First of all, that great kick return, moved the ball out towards midfield, and then a great punt by Barnhart. And for the first time all night, the Wonder offense is going to face a long field.
Well, the Spider defense has not been able to slow the Wonders so far. They've had the ball 3 times and scored on all of them. First one came after a turnover. The other 2 were after punts, but Jamil Lott will lead his team out again. Up by 3 scores with 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Have having a little trouble getting lined up right now. Jamil Lott directing traffic. This will be Jordan. Fighting his way for about 2 yards, and that will probably be the last play of the first quarter. Wonders come out smoking. Spiders try to shake things up with their running back in at quarterback, but so far, no luck. Second quarter coming up. Wonders fighting for a conference championship. Scott, Spiders fighting for their playoff lives.
That pride on the table right now for Concord. See if they can slow down this Wonder attack. Looking at statistician Steve Gant's stats in the first quarter, Woody, only 1 first down between the two teams. And that came early on. Kannapolis, with that quick strike ability, has just been picking up touchdowns instead of first downs. And here's another big play.
Jordan out across the 35. He'll pick up the first down. Grabbing him down for the Spiders looked like number 24, Jalen Brown, the first man there, the sophomore. But excellent downfield blocking for the Wonders, and that will be the second first down for Kannapolis. Take a look at this elite blocking here.
It's just, I could have ran through that hole. I mean, that is just a big hole.
You might have gotten in there, but they would have caught you quicker.
Well, I probably would have went down on the first hit there. I might not have been able to break the tackle, pick up the first down.
Wonders across the 35. Jamil Lott, his team has a 3-touchdown lead. Looking deep downfield, has a man. It's Massey, the tight end, and it's off his fingertips. I'm not sure he picked up the ball until very late, Scott.
That he wasn't able to really get separation from the defender as well. But you look at this Kannapolis offense, Woody, and the first word that comes to mind is poise. As they set their play up, I mean, even though they've had some miscommunication and everything else, there's no panic. They get in proper position, and Lott's been unchallenged back in the pocket so far. I mean, there's been no pressure at all from the Spider defensive front.
Second and 10 for the Wonders now from their 36. Jamil Lott reportedly has several colleges looking at him. And now there is a stoppage of play. And illegal substitution, I believe, is the call.
I think the referee signaled delay of game, but then the linesman came in and waved it off. Or maybe it was a legal substitution. Oh, timeout.
Timeout called by the Wonders.
So they beat the delay of game penalty.
11:26 remaining in the second quarter. All Wonders here, 21-0. Playoffs start next week, Scott. Wonders are waiting to see if they can win this game and what happens to Anson County. Spiders feeling like they need one more win to have a good shot at making a playoff situation, but then they need some more help.
Yeah, I mean, really, right now they're down 21 points. They've got to find a way to get on the scoreboard first. They can't even think about the playoffs right now. They've got to think about this game, and there's no 21-point plays out there, so they've got to stop Kannapolis. And then, they had a little bit of momentum last time on their last offensive series. They've just got to figure out, how to get on the scoreboard tonight before they can think about playoffs right now. But Kannapolis, 52-0 last week over Porter Ridge. They're hitting on all cylinders right now. They're really peaking going into the playoffs.
So what's that, at least 73 straight points for the Wonder offense or the Wonder team so far. The defense has scored a couple of those. Second and 10 now, Jamil Lott. And he will go down. That may be the first negative play the Wonders have had all night. First Spider there. Looked like it was number 70, Justin Miller, 5'9", 260-pound junior, right in the middle of your picture.
And we talked earlier about the Spider defensive line not really making a stand. That's how they were able to get Jamil Lott. Now it's third down and 12. And really, just a good job closing down on the play. See Miller, 5'9", 260-pound defensive lineman for the Spiders.
Third and long now for the Wonder offense. Third and 12, call it. Lott trying to hit Massey, and I'm not sure Massey was ready or expected the ball. It wasn't all that close to him, but he looked surprised.
Yeah, I think Massey thought maybe that pass was going to T.J. Johnson, and the ball hit it kind of towards his feet, but he didn't make much of an effort on it. It's going to bring up the first A.L. Brown punt of the evening.
Vance Chapman back to kick it away. Roger Smith back deep for the Spiders. Smith is standing just inside his 35-yard line. And here's Chapman. Short kick, angles it out of bounds, and it will take a nice wonder bounce and go dead at about the 39-yard line. Well, that one didn't look good at all when it left his foot, but it turned out okay.
It looked like it was coming, like you said, right out of bounds near midfield. And the ball just made a left-hand turn there and continued on downfield. And it turns out to be not a bad punt. As they say in baseball, it goes a single in the box score.
Spiders will stick with Ben Brill at quarterback, the senior. 10:32 remaining first half. Wonders got on the board early when they intercepted a Roger Smith pass, and one play later, T.J. Johnson caught a 23-yard touchdown pass. Spiders trying to go up the middle and nothing doing there. First wonder in the way was number 97, Dana Moss, who's made a handful of tackles already tonight. Roger Smith, the ball carrier, but he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Spiders are going to have to do something, Scott, as you mentioned, to get some of the attention off of Roger Smith. They've got to find somebody else to contribute offensively to make the Wonders pay attention to him.
Well, we saw Evan Carpenter have a good positive run earlier. Maybe they need to put him back in the backfield, give him another carry.
Brill trying to go over the middle. He was looking for his tight end. That's number 18, William Probst, the senior who was honored before the game. And a lot of traffic, though.
About 4 or 5 defenders around there. Possibly could have been an interception by the Kannapolis safety, Xavier Watson. Instead, he came up to put the hit on Probst just in case he got his hands on the football.
Call it 3rd and a long 9 here for the Spiders, who have generated 1 first down so far in the game. Ben Brill from the eye. The draw play to Smith. Got some blockers. He's got a first down, and he's got more. Inside the Wonder 40-yard line before he's dragged down. First Wonder there looked to be number 33, I believe it was. Let's see.
Smith a little shaken up there after picking up over 20 yards on that carry. See him holding his arm as he comes off the field.
Chris Moore, give him credit for the tackle, but I thought for a moment he might be gone, Scott. Look at that spin move.
Great spin move to get out and open field, and then we mentioned earlier, that's really where Roger Smith can excel. As he gets out in the open field, he's a very dangerous offensive weapon for the Spiders. And the delayed handoff really set it up well. Hopefully he'll be able to come back in for the offense. They really need his abilities out there right now.
They're attending to him right now, and the Spiders realize they don't have the correct personnel, and they'll call a timeout. First time they've been in Wonder territory tonight, but their lead running back's shaken up. He's trying to walk it off on the sidelines right now. 9:17 remaining here in the first half. Ben Brill will come over for a chat with Easy Smith there. You see also in the picture a man that I think is going to have to make a contribution. Number 3, Will Cowan, as you see him attending to Roger Smith on the sidelines. He was up and walking around, and they're checking out his arm, so it's always scary when it's a leg or a knee.
Well, you know, even though he had that positive run, he was kind of drugged down from behind. And I don't know if he was either drugged down by that arm or possibly landed on it. But, you know, like you said, knee injuries are tough as well. Looks like he's going to get up and possibly come back into the ballgame here.
Evan Carpenter, number 13, into the game to replace him at tailback. Brill has some time, has a man. It's Cowan, and it gets away. He had it clear at about the 35, Scott, but couldn't hang on.
Couldn't hang on to it. He should have had that ball. One thing Brill's got to be real careful with, again, not a lot of game experience. He really locked on to one receiver. Pretty much was going to Cowan the whole way.
Cowan, the leading receiver for the Spiders, 27 catches, over 500 yards, couple of touchdowns. They bring up 2nd and 10 now.
But Cowan's performance has really dropped off. He has 27 catches, as you mentioned, but looking at the last 3 ball games, he only has 2 catches in 3 ball games. So as their offense has sputtered, so is his performance.
Brill goes deep, has Cowan, and he overthrows it. Good protection lately from the Concord offensive line. And Scott, that production drop-off you mentioned surely happened when they changed quarterbacks. Sean Willix started the season under center for Concord, got injured. And this, I think, now with Brill will be the third man they've used in that spot since.
Well, it has.
Counting Roger Smith.
Yeah, the first game Havinga came in, he passed for over 200 yards. Their offense performance stayed over 300 yards total offense. But then, like I said, the last 3 games, 180, 160 yards.
Brill, the draw play to Roger Smith again. He's got another first down or close to it. We'll see where they spot it. He's going to be short.
A yard and a half short there. It's going to be 4 down territory for Coach Easy Smith. And again, Roger Smith on that delayed handoff. The best play that's working so far. Watch it right here.
A little draw play, same one he picked up the first down on earlier, but this time the Wonders stop him shy of the first down. He needs a little under 2 yards for the Spiders to get the first down. He will stay in at tailback. Brill stays in at quarterback. 2 receivers for the Spiders. Their deepest penetration of the game right here. Roger Smith, first down yardage and more. Down near the 20, 3 or 4 Wonders converge on him, led by the linebacker again who dragged Smith down earlier. That's Chris Moore, the senior, number 33 on the tackle.
Give credit to the right side of that Spider offensive line. Little misdirection to Smith, but they really did a good job of opening up a hole, and he was able to move between the guard and the tackle on that right side and easily pick up the first down.
Brill, a senior, starting his first bell game, or playing in his first bell game, and they'll pop the fullback up the middle. He gets it inside the 15-yard line. Goes number 25 for Concord. That's Brandon Phillips, the senior, 195-pounder. Look at the big soft cast.
Yeah, it's a pretty good club out there on his left hand. You know, Woody, we talked about Easy Smith lining up Roger Smith with the correct snap early in the ball game as we've got a official's timeout out there. He's going to reposition the ball. But now their offense in this traditional format gives them a lot more options. Smith starts getting success from his tailback position. They pop the fullback for positive yardage.
Smith with blocking. Good job to fight through that block out there for the Wonders. Number 43 led the way. That's Terrence Johnson, the junior, right there in your picture. He was blocked, Scott, and just got away from it.
Great job of really just fighting off the blocker and then making a play on Smith. And the ball actually comes loose at the end of this play. Not sure if Smith was down. Didn't go out of bounds. Actually came loose beforehand. And fortunate for Concord, for the Wonders.
Inside 7 minutes to go. Sorry, Scott, first half.
The other thing for the Spiders, if they're successful, they're also keeping the ball in the hands of the Wonder offense. A little bit of ball control on this drive as well.
Carpenter back in. He'll line up as a receiver. Brill over the middle, has a man, touchdown Spiders. Right over the middle, the tight end, Will Probst, the senior. And the Spiders are on the scoreboard.
Nice job by Brill, threading the needle and hitting Probst right at the goal line for the touchdown.
Threading the needle is right. There were a lot of arms waving at that ball as it went by, and big smiles all up and down the Concord sidelines. Set to try the extra point now for Concord is Brandon Barnhart. Kick is no good. It is wide right. So 6:22 remaining in the first half. Concord on the board, but they missed the extra point. Scott, the Spiders coming off the best sequence of the game for them. A defensive stop, then a nice clock-chewing drive on offense and get on the scoreboard.
Remember, Woody, they've been shut out the last 2 games, so that's the first time in 10 quarters that the Spider offense has been able to find the end zone. And let's talk about you know, your senior quarterback Ben Brill, able to come out here in the battle for the bell and throw a touchdown pass off the bench. Got to be a thrill to have the keys to the offense handed to him.
Barnhart with a squib kick, and it will go out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. Penalty flags fly. Couldn't tell if one of the Wonders may have gotten a hand on that before it went out, but I don't think so.
Looked like Zach Massey, the starting tight end, was the closest Wander to that ball, and I believe he just let it go.
Ball's going to be placed at the 35-yard line for Kannapolis. 21-6 the score, 6:22 remaining in the first half.
Of course, the illegal procedure penalty, the ball gets placed 25 yards from the point where it was kicked, and the offense takes over.
Kannapolis offense has only been stopped once. Jamil Lott under center here now. Massey in motion. This will be around the end. Not much doing for Jonathan Williams, the 200-pound senior. Spider defense, a little more pep in their step right now, Scott.
Well, they are, and Williams, the 200-pounder, really probably could cut that ball back up inside. Instead, Shaquan Smith, as he busted it outside, was able to wrap him up for no gain. But I'd like to see that big ball carrier, you know, square his shoulders a little more north and south to see if he can't pick up some tough yardage inside.
2nd and 10 for the Wonders. Lott again to Williams. Turns it upfield this time. He's got a first down and more. Pulling over guys down near the 40-yard line before the Spiders can put him on the ground. Credit number 31 on the tackle for Concord, Bradley Phillips.
And also Roger Smith back there tripping him up. But that time Williams took the ball to the outside, squared his shoulders, and when he did, really broke a few tackles out there. Picked up over 20 yards, broke that tackle right there, continued on, and Smith trips him up. And then number 31 comes in and finishes off the play for Concord's defense, Bradley Phillips.
Williams coming in 600 yards on the season, averaging 6.8 per carry, and official stoppage of play. I think there's one of the Spiders with an equipment issue coming off the field there.
The other thing you don't want if you're Concord is you really don't want Smith, who already injured that arm earlier, making a lot of tackles back here in his safety position, because you need him on the other side of the ball.
Justin Miller comes out. Kenneth Gill comes in, the sophomore, to replace him. He's 275 pounds. Wonders at the 41, 1st and 10. 5.5 to go, first half. Lott has a man, fires it over the middle, and intercepted. No, he couldn't come up with it. Had it right in his hands. Dominique Posey back there, the sophomore for the Spiders, Scott. I thought he had it dead to rights.
Lott's looked really good on the deep ball earlier in the game, but that time that ball was underthrown, and Posey right there, ball right in his hand, should have come up with the ball. Tough break for the Spiders.
Let's see.
Still a good play defensively.
Oh man, he fought it all the way down and just could not get a hold of it before he hit the ground. Nice play defensively by Posey at any rate, but as you mentioned, Scott, for the Wonders, Colby Reed had gotten behind the defense. 2nd and 10 Wonders. And Kannapolis will take a timeout. That's their second in the half. 5:15 remaining in the opening quarter. Or the opening half, I should say.
Boy, Kannapolis really came out in this ball game. They were fired up, a lot of momentum early on. But now Concord's got to stop defensively, start to control the line of scrimmage a little bit better, and also not necessarily in that negative deficit as far as field position as well. And Kannapolis kind of slowed down a little bit. Woody?
Concord has some momentum right now. If they can get a stop here and go into the locker room at this point, or maybe even better, they would have to be feeling pretty good about themselves after the way the thing started.
Yeah, really would be a big lift if this defense could come up with another stop.
Coach Massey looked like he wasn't too pleased with his team as he was talking to him on the sidelines there. Evidently they couldn't get the correct alignment or the correct play that they wanted set up properly. So we're back to 2nd and 10 now for Jamil Lott and the Wonders. Sounds like a band. Lott has a man. It's caught at the 30. It is T.J. Johnson again, the senior, already with a touchdown catch tonight. This one will be spotted right at the 30. It'll be first down, A.L. Brown.
Nice play there by Lott. Roll it out to his right, then finding Johnson. Here we see it. And Johnson doing a good job securing the ball and picking up the Wonder first down.
Several Spiders going both ways tonight. You got to wonder how they'll handle it fatigue-wise. Here's Lott again. He's in the clear. One man to beat. Jamil Lott has the corner. The ball comes loose. They're going to spot him down at the 1.
You know what? You see it a lot of time in college and the pros. They extend the ball out there, but you got to make sure you hold on to it. Fortunate for him, he was spotted out the 1. If he fumbles that ball through the end zone, it's a touchback. Concord takes over at the 20-yard line. So even though you want to get in for the touchdown, you've got to be very careful there. And I saw a young man last Friday night for Appalachian State, Armani Edwards, have a huge game. Lott looking like him in the open field.
Up the middle, touchdown Wonders. Right up the gut goes number 31. That's Travis Riley, the sophomore. He will get on the scoreboard for A.L. Brown. And Scott, you mentioned Appalachian State. One of the schools reportedly looking at Jamil Lott as Appalachian State.
Like I said, you can see some similarities there. Lott throws a very nice deep ball, as we saw earlier, and it's very effective in the open field running the ball. Back to that touchdown, Woody, that was just too easy.
Yeah, not much resistance up front that time against the Wonders. Morgan McDaniel trying for his 4th extra point of the game. Kick is up, and it's good. 4:45 remaining first half. Wonders, 28 points on the board. Well, Scott, Spiders need to find a way to respond here with just inside 5 minutes to go first half. They had a little momentum with a stop and a score, but then a big run by Jamil Lott gets the Wonders close, and they score again.
Will Cowan with a 38-yard kickoff return last time the Wonders kicked off. See if he can come up with another big play for the Spiders.
Of course, McDaniel hasn't given him much opportunity to be able to run many back tonight. He has been outstanding. See what he's got here. This one will be a little shorter still. And it's fielded at the 15. It's Cowan again. Finding some blockers. And he's near the 30. Credit him to about the 29-yard line before he's dragged down. One of the first Wonders there was Desmond Gray, number 7.
Really a nice return by Cowan. Even though it only goes to the books as a 14-yard return, he was patient, came up, moved the ball to the middle of the field, found some blockers, and he made a nice little return out of it.
Spiders will stick with Ben Brill at quarterback, the senior. 5'9", 165-pounder. Roger Smith, their running back, opened the game at quarterback. And this will be the fullback popping up the middle. He may have gotten about 1 yard before he's hurled back. That's Brandon Phillips, one of the captains. The 195-pound senior. Can't make much out of it, but actually give him credit for about 1.5 yards.
Play went for about 6 or 7 yards earlier, but that time the Wonder defense stout up the middle.
Coming up on 4 minutes to go first half. I believe the Spiders still have all their timeouts remaining. Wonders only have 1 left.
Actually, Concord burned 1 earlier to beat a delay of game penalty.
That's right, you're right, yep. Brill has some protection. Has Cowan with double coverage, and he can't get by. There was some contact downfield. The Spider coaches screaming for a flag, but none forthcoming. Cowan was double covered, Scott, and there was some contact. And you see the Spider sidelines livid about that.
A lot of contact over there, and Cowan, great coverage at first, but he almost came out of the coverage and came up with a reception.
Take a look again. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of contact there. Could have very easily drawn a flag. Good job by the Concord offensive line, though. Brill had plenty of time to deliver that deep ball, and that's something Smith was not getting earlier in the game. I think they'll come back to Cowan again here in a play or two.
3rd and 8, Brill to pass. Tries to throw it, it's picked off. Coming back the other way for the Wonders is Chris Moore. The linebacker still on his feet. He's inside the 15-yard line. One of the Spiders is hurt. Now a flag comes out.
Moore had a fumble recovery for a touchdown last week. As we see a little extra flicker activity going on.
A little jawing, and now the officials get in to try and separate it, and cooler heads prevail. One of the Spiders was injured down there in the middle of all that, but he's up now and okay, apparently.
That was just miscommunication. Brill was looking to go to Roger Smith. Smith ran a circle route.
Let's see what the penalty's all about. Personal foul against the Spiders. So that'll be half the distance, and the Wonders will be in business again with 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Our referee there, Lou Satrian. And they'll spot the ball just inside the 8. Take a look at it again. Let's see if we can pick up the penalty at the end.
Like I said, Smith never looked for it at all.
Yeah, Brill had pressure and trouble. And this will be at the end, out of bounds probably. Well, it was right at the end there. You can see a black hat coming in. Couldn't tell who it was. Wonders with a little more than a 3-touchdown lead right now, and in business again here. Looking to tack on another one. Motion by Colby Reed. Jamil Lott has a man, and Zach Massey can't hang on. Wide open, Scott.
Maybe a little bit behind him, but that ball should have been caught. Jamil Lott throws one on a rope into the end zone.
Now that one did have some mustard on it, no question.
And really, Jamil Lott probably could have run for a touchdown off left tackle. As Concord only rushed 3 and dropped everyone else back into coverage.
Second and goal from the 8. Wonders trying to capitalize on their second turnover of the night. Williams, good blocking, and he will score. Into the end zone goes Jonathan Williams for the Wonders, the senior 200-pounder. And my goodness, the floodgates are open now. 2 turnovers capitalized on by A.L. Brown. Mistakes will kill you in big ball games or in any ball game, and particularly in one of this magnitude. Morgan McDaniel.
Will provide the hold.
Kick is up and through the uprights. 3:29 remaining in the first half. 35-6 Kannapolis. Well, Scott, it was all Wonders from the get-go. Then Concord had it 21-6, but since then they've missed an extra point, given up a long drive to Kannapolis, and then had an interception that led to another touchdown.
Just too much Wonders so far in this ball game, and Concord really offensively operating on such a thin edge they cannot afford the mistakes and the turnovers.
Morgan McDaniel already has 3 touchbacks tonight. Last 2 kicks have been a little shorter, however. This one, he booms it. Oh, my goodness. He got all of that one. Rolls out of the back of the end zone again, and Kannapolis has pinned the Spiders at the 20 once again.
Well, you mentioned earlier that scouts were looking at Jamil Lott. You've got to think that Morgan McDaniel as well, with the strength of those kickoffs and the ability on the extra points as well.
Jordan Havinga comes in now at quarterback. 6'4", 190-pounder, a junior.
Originally, we thought Havinga was going to be the starter. But he's actually going to be the 3rd quarterback in rotation, and Concord's got to burn a timeout here. Havinga so far completing 28 of 65 passes for 392 yards, 4 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions so far this season. And again, he really took over the Sun Valley game. He threw for 211 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception in that game. But then 103 yards passing the next game, 0 and 15. So his production's really kind of tapered off in the last 3.
Well, just looking around the stadium here, it's great to see all the folks here. And as we said before, I know it's a cliche, but the records really don't matter with this one. They're lined up all around the bank. Both stands are full for either side, either town, and this has been a rivalry that has gone on for decades. The 78th renewal of this rivalry, the oldest continuous rivalry in the state. And Scott, it didn't always focus on the bell. Southern Railway donated the bell as a way to kind of alleviate some of the tension between the two towns years ago, and that's what they play for now. Kannapolis has it. Here is Smith. He slips at about the 25. Flags come flying from all over.
Yeah, you mentioned alleviate some of the tension. Used to be protect your own turf, as before the battle for the bell, as we see the face mask personal foul penalty coming up against the Wonders. Used to be vandalism at each one of these campuses, where the students would sneak over to the other campus and do some type of physical damage.
You wouldn't accuse anybody of any tomfoolery out there now, would you? Come on.
Tomfoolery probably would have been the least of their worries back then.
Kids will be kids.
So for the last 48 years, thanks to Southern Railway, it's been a battle for the bell.
It's always fun until somebody gets an eye poked out.
Battle for the bell sounds a lot better than turf wars.
Yeah. 3:17, 3:16 to go now. Havinga under center. They'll pop the fullback, and he battles his way across the 45-yard line, goes Brandon Phillips.
And what's amazing in this rivalry is more often than not, both teams are battling for conference titles and playoff consideration as well. There was a stretch there, Woody, I believe in the 80s and 90s, where for 11, 12 straight years, every year they were battling for the conference championship.
And they've met in the playoffs 3 times as well, and that's always been just a rock'em sock'em type affair. 2nd and 7 now for the Spiders. Roger Smith cuts it upfield. He's in the loose. He's in the clear. Takes it to the outside again. Roger Smith driven back when he gets close to the 35-yard line.
And another flag comes in.
And this might be another face mask type situation. Let's see what the call's going to be. Roger Smith, I thought, was going to be able to break that one to the outside and get a lot more. The Wonders did a good job in pursuit. They're waving off.
And you know, Dana Moss, you don't really want your defensive lineman making a tackle 25 yards upfield. But on the flip side, watch Smith get in the open territory, and Moss continues to pursue the play, and 25-yard downfield lays a lick on Smith. But again, Smith just a weapon in the open field with a variety of moves.
Fullback again, near the 35 before he's hurled back. Brandon Phillips, the senior. Give him about 2, maybe 3 yards, depending on the spot that time. Coming up on 2 minutes to go now in the first half. Concord on their 3rd quarterback of the night, Jordan Havinga, in the game now. The 6'4", 190-pound junior. He and Ben Brill have split time tonight. Also, Roger Smith has been under center. Havinga trying to go to Cowan. Oh, it's over his shoulder pads. He had it for a moment at the 15-yard line, Scott, but it bounced off.
And really there, you know, we talked earlier about possibly defensive pass interference. Cowan did a pretty good job of gaining separation from number 34, Mike Robinson, and having an opportunity to go up for that ball. And again, that's a ball he needs to catch.
Take a look at it again.
Yeah, beautifully thrown ball. You see Robinson go down. If Cowan comes up with that, it's first down in the red zone for Concord.
3rd and 8, Spiders just outside the 35. Smith on the reverse. Coming back the other way is Evan Carpenter. He's got a little room. They slow him down, and he's still fighting forward. He's going to be short of the first down. Boy, and that was it didn't result in a tackle, Scott, but grabbing him up around the shirt there slowed him just enough to the defense could catch up.
And who was it but Dwayne Stroud making another play defensively for the Wonders. And I mean, just a matter of inches, or McDaniel probably would have picked up the first down.
So it's going to bring up 4th and a short 4 or a long 3, depending on which math you like here. Havinga comes back in. This will be a crucial play for the Spiders with 1 minute to go first half. They'd like to get something going here to head into the locker room with some positive vibes. Havinga, short drop, pump fakes. And now he's in trouble and he'll go down. First Wonder there is going to be number 42. That's Justin Carson, the 210-pound senior.
You don't want your quarterback to ever throw to a covered man, but on 4th down, he's got to throw that ball, Woody. He's got to take a chance somewhere downfield.
If you get intercepted downfield, it's as good as a punt.
It's better than a sack in that situation.
46 seconds to go for the Wonder offense. They lead it 35-6. The ball's at the 35-yard line. Let's see if they'll try and add more or just take a knee. Jamil Lott has 4 receivers. It'll be Antoine Jordan, and he's bounced around back there and somehow kept his feet. I don't know how he did that.
And not only did he catch his feet, but he also was able to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
They'll credit him with about 5 yards on the carry. Still 40 seconds to go as
I believe that was big number 70, Justin Miller, coming through there and hitting the running back in the backfield.
Lott will have 3 receivers this time, 2 to the short side. Colby Reed in motion. Short pass to TJ Johnson. Spin move gets him across the 40. He'll be shy of the first down. TJ Johnson, the senior, has 1 touchdown catch tonight.
Nice job by Justin Miller of sliding laterally down the line of scrimmage and stopping the receiver.
Inside 17 seconds, coming up on 15 seconds now for the Wonders. 3rd and short. Lott will keep it. He'll pick up the first down yardage with 2-1, and that'll end the first half. So A.L. Brown comes out, jumps up to a 21-0 lead. Concord answers, but since then it's been all Kannapolis. Halftime action coming up. 35-6 our halftime score. All A.L. Brown in that first half. They scored on 3 of their first 5 plays in that opening half. A couple of turnovers from Concord didn't help things, Scott, and here's the rest of the numbers.
And looking at it, as you would expect, Concord with 208 yards total offense, pretty balanced attack. We mentioned Concord's been struggling to get offensive yards, only 85 in the first half. 2 big turnovers that led to Kannapolis scores, but they do have 6 first downs versus 4 for Kannapolis. 3 penalties apiece for the teams.
And some of those key plays in that first half to show you how we got to this point.
Yeah, following an interception, first play from scrimmage, TJ Johnson hauls in a 23-yard touchdown from Jamil Lott. And then after a Colby Reed touchdown, here goes Jamil Lott off the right side, 39 yards. Put Concord in front, Kannapolis in front, 21-0. Then finally, 2 seniors hook up as William Probst catches the 9-yard pass from Ben Brill. 21-6, Kannapolis leads at that point. And then it kept scoring in the first half after a Travis Rowley run. Jonathan Williams, 8 yards off left tackle, 35-6 your halftime score.
And Concord got the ball first to start the game, so the Wonders will get it here to open the second half as the halftime clock winds down. Halftime was interesting. They honored some Hall of Fame inductees. Nick Alley, the former Concord coach, was here, as was Mike Morton. Now, Dr. Mike Morton from A.L. Brown played at A.L. Brown, then at North Carolina, and then went on to the pro ranks for a while. And both those folks honored here to the delight of the fans in attendance. Set to kick it off is Barnhart for Concord. Back deep for the Wonders is TJ Johnson there, number 11. Also number 9, Billy Simonton back deep. Short kick, squibbed, and it goes down to about the 40-yard line where it is fallen on, I guess, by number 95. That's Mark Goodjohn, the sophomore. So good field position again to start the second half for A.L. Brown.
And a good disciplined play there by Goodjohn. He could have tried to return that ball. Instead, just fell on the ball. Secured possession for the Wonders, exactly how he's been coached throughout the season.
Jamil Lott leads his team back out. The Wonders will have 2 backs in action here. Jonathan Williams along with Antoine Jordan, and 2 receivers up to the top of your picture. It'll be Jordan. Fights through a tackle. He's in the clear. 1 man to beat. Antoine Jordan down the sidelines, and Roger Smith gets him out at about the 10.
So immediately, Antoine Jordan, with about a 45-yard run, broke one tackle right near the line of scrimmage, accelerated into the secondary, and he's still holding on to that ball over there on the sidelines. Kannapolis, we do have a flag down over there, I see on the sideline, Woody. It's been blocked out by one of the players about the 28-yard line. So that's the holdup right now. The penalty is signaled against Kannapolis.
Jordan came in with nearly 500 yards rushing, runs through an arm tackle there. Let's see if we can pick up the penalty.
I think there's a hold over there by the wide receiver that enabled him to pick up the last 20 yards. So still a first down, still positive yardage, but cancel about 30 yards off that run.
Wallaby spotted down at the 41, opening moments of the second half. 78th renewal of the Battle for the Bell, the oldest continuous rivalry in the state of North Carolina. Last few trips here, Kannapolis has had their trouble, even though they won one of those games, but not having much trouble tonight. They flopped the tight end, Massey. Lott, ball fake, he'll keep it. Into the secondary, Jamil Lott running away from defenders. One man to beat. Jamil Lott, touchdown, his second of the game.
Boy, Woody, that play took forever to develop. I mean, Lott was just holding the ball back in the secondary, then took the ball off left tackle and pretty much untouched into the end zone.
41-yard touchdown run for the Kannapolis quarterback, Jamil Lott. Shows you some special skills there.
So just 2 plays from scrimmage, and Kannapolis takes the ball into the end zone yet again.
Lott will stay on as the holder. Morgan McDaniel, been a busy young man tonight. Kick is up and good. Opening drive of the second half, the Wonders march down the field and get a 41-yard run from their quarterback. They lead it 42-6. Morgan McDaniel set to kick it away again here. Back deep now for the Spiders. Will Cowan is number 3. Number 8 back there is Mark O'Brien. Also back deep for the Spiders is Darren Miller. McDaniel had 3 or 4, I forget which, touchbacks in that first half. And he has been a weapon here tonight. Can't tell you how valuable it is in a high school game to have a kicker that can put it into the end zone with regularity, and he's been doing the job. And he wheels this one. It'll be fielded and bobbled at the 1. Coming back the other way and out across the 20-yard line for the Spiders goes Mark O'Brien, the 165-pound junior, and the Spiders will set up shop at the 21. They'll open up the second half with the quarterback they ended the first half with, Jordan Havinga, 6'4", 190 pounds, and a junior. A couple of nice throws in that first half, Scott, but a couple of drops as well from his receivers.
A couple of drops, and really, I mean, right now you're just looking to gain experience for next year with Havinga being a junior. This one's pretty much out of hand at this point.
Roger Smith plows his way to about the 23-yard line, maybe the 24.
And Smith, I think, is going to go into quarterback, so Havinga came over the sideline after that first handoff.
Stop was made by 99, Bobby Larkey.
Actually, Brill's in there now, number 4.
Ben Brill back into the game. He saw some action in that first half, led the Spiders' only scoring drive. Smith wrestled down in the backfield. First wonder there was number 42, Justin Carson. The defensive lineman's had a big night.
Well, you look at that entire defensive line, you've got Justin Carson, you've got Dwayne Stroud, you've got Dana Moss. We mentioned all of their names many times tonight. Just really doing a good job for the Wonders. And if the Wonders want to make a good push to the playoffs, that good play for their defensive line could really help out.
Musical chairs continuing at the quarterback slot. Havinga back under center now. It'll be Smith. Big hole. Roger Smith, first down yardage and more out to the 44-yard line.
45.
And Roger Smith working on a pretty good game running the ball. If he hadn't taken those direct snaps in the first half and had some of that negative yardage, he'd probably be close to 100 yards right now.
Boy, look at the convoy he had out front there. Big hole by the Concord offensive line. Inside 10 minutes to go, third quarter. Ben Brill back under center now, number 4. Smith breaking loose.
Fumble.
Ball is loose. Let's see who's got it. Wonders have it. Coming back the other way and still on his feet. Battling forward is going to be Terrence Johnson. And he's going to take it back to about the 42 or 43-yard line, depending on the spot.
The Wonders just went in and ripped that ball out. Second man in. After Smith was stood up, went in and just pulled the ball out, hit the ground, and immediately number 43, Terrence Johnson, picked it up and headed the other direction for Kannapolis.
Third turnover of the game for the Spiders, and it'll give the Wonders good field position yet again. They put 52 points on the board a week ago. They've got 42 here now, and much of the second half to go. Here's the strip, Scott.
Number 93, Dwayne Stroud with a strip.
Boy, he's a ball hawk, isn't he? I mean, he is always around the football.
He caused a fumble earlier when the quarterback was back in the pocket.
Had a big fumble return for a score a week ago. Jordan bouncing around near the 40-yard line. Antoine Jordan and a late flag.
And the one good thing about Jordan, you see him hitting a line of scrimmage with both hands on the ball, really protecting the ball. There'll be a face mask, 5-yard variety this time.
Well, we've seen about 3 or 4 of those in this game, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. And don't know if it's just happening in traffic or what. We didn't really no explanation for why you'd see a rash of face mask penalties.
It'll be a first and short now for the Wonders. It'll be Jordan again, busting loose, and he slips down as he crosses the 25. He had a lot of room, Scott.
Yeah, he was thinking end zone there, trying to make one final cut, and his legs just went out from under him. See him slapping the helmet, a little frustrated there. Still a good job running the ball. And Coach Massey's still on the sidelines coaching every play.
Massey signals it in. Take a look again here. Great blocking up front.
He broke one tackle basically and then tried to turn those shoulders upfield and slipped down.
First down at the 24. Wonders will flop the tight end. It's Jacob Newman. Coming back the other way now and going down in a big hurry. That is number 31, Travis Riley, who scored earlier. First Spider there looked like it was number 55, Shaquan Smith, the sophomore, 245-pounder, right there in the middle of your picture, number 55.
Nice job by Shaquan Smith staying at home on that misdirection play, not following the quarterback a lot, but instead being right there to tackle the ball carrier for a loss.
Well, Ron Massey, just a picture of concentration on the sidelines. His team up big. He knows he's getting ready for a playoff run. Riley again. Good block. And he's going to be near first down yardage once again. A nice block out there by Jacob Newman, the tight end, holding his block at the corner to get Riley around the end. Travis Riley, a sophomore, 200-pounder.
Looks like he stepped out at about the 18 or 19-yard line, so going to bring up third down at about 5, Woody.
Third down 5.
And from what we've seen from that young man so far tonight, we were in Morgan McDaniel range a couple of plays ago.
Already with 6 converted field goals this season.
Jordan, check it, it's Lott. He'll keep it himself. Darting forward inside the 5-yard line goes Jamil Lott. That's the third time that kid's faked me out tonight. He is excellent back there disguising that ball.
Well, Lott, really your prototypical spread offense quarterback. Good arm, good job running. Like you said, a good ball fake there.
Kind of reminds you a little bit of our Monty Edwards, doesn't he? The way he moves.
He does. Touchdown.
Here's Riley. Touchdown Wonders. A flag comes down. Hold everything. Second score for Riley, we believe. Let's see what the penalty is going to be all about. It's a hold against Kannapolis. It'll come back. Referee Lou Satrine and Coach Massey not too happy about that development, but his team has a substantial lead at the moment.
There's a huge hole over there, and obviously that hole helped open things up for Riley.
Wholesale substitutions now for the Wonders.
And really, you look at this Kannapolis team, they do a good job throwing the ball, but they've got 4 ball carriers in Lott, Williams, Jordan, and Riley.
First and goal from the 14. Lott to throw. Has a man wide open. Zach Massey. Touchdown Wonders. Massey had a chance to catch a touchdown earlier, Scott. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. This time he makes good on the promise and puts the 48th point on the board for Kannapolis.
He did a ton for that earlier drop, just slipped out in the right flat. Lott found him about the 3-yard line and spun past Roger Smith for the into the end zone for the touchdown.
Morgan McDaniel set to try it again. The hold from Lott. Kick is up and good. 6:56 remaining third quarter. Wonders on top, 49-6. All Wonders here. The Spiders had come back to cut it to 21-6, but 4 unanswered touchdowns by A.L. Brown since then, Scott, and they are clicking on all cylinders, looking every bit like the playoff team that should go in barring a catastrophe here with a record of 9-2 to open the playoffs next week.
And Morgan McDaniel last week against Porter Ridge, 7 for 7 on his extra point attempts. He's matched that this week.
This one near the sidelines and will go out of bounds at the 5.
Well, there goes his perfect kicker rating tonight.
The first one of the game was awfully close, but it dribbled into the end zone. This one will give the Spiders pretty good field position to start their drive.
You know, we talked about this Kannapolis win streak earlier. After beating Marvin Ridge in overtime 23-20, 45-21 victory over Parkwood, shut out Piedmont 28-0, 21-6 against Hickory Ridge, 52 points last week, and now they put 49 points on the board this week. I mean, just really putting a lot of points on the board each and every week.
Peaking at the right time. Ben Brill under center now for the Spiders. To Roger Smith. Ball's loose again. Wonders have it. 4th turnover of the game for the Concord Spiders. Let's see who comes off the bottom of the pile with it. Looks like it's number 9 for A.L. Brown. That's Billy Simonton, the defensive back, the senior, comes out of the pile with it.
Back-to-back carries for Roger Smith result in fumbles. So far, 3 turnovers right here, hits the line of scrimmage. And
you got to be kidding me. Surely that wasn't Stroud again.
It could have been his 3rd forced fumble of the evening, and all 3 times Wonder defense has caused turnovers. The Wonder offense has gone in and scored.
Couldn't quite pick up the number, but my goodness, if that was him, that kid just has an uncanny nose for the football. Change at quarterback now for A.L. Brown. Under center is going to be number 18, Tyler Gilmore. He's a junior. That'll be Riley banging away at the center of the line, and he'll get about 2, maybe 3 yards, depending on the spot. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Wonders with 1 loss in the conference, hoping to get a conference championship out of this win. Gilmore.
As well as 24 linebacker Jalen Brown. We are game 2nd and 6.
It'll be Riley. Big hole. Still fighting. Inside the 30 goes number 31, Travis Riley, the sophomore.
Jaquan Smith with another tackle for the Spiders, and really wholesale changes on the offense. As you see, Jordan and Riley now in the backfield. Here's the replay. Good job by Riley, turning it upfield immediately. Breaks an arm tackle, stays on his feet.
Pretty nice balance there. Wonders 1st and 10 inside the 30. Gilmore. This will be Jordan. Spins and bangs his way down to about the 21-yard line before the Spiders can get him on the ground.
Jalen Brown with the tackle for Concord. And you see Kannapolis now going into a 2 tight end set. We've got new receivers in the ball game as well. Watch the replay here. Breaks 1 tackle, keeps the legs moving. Just a good, solid job running the football.
I don't think we've seen. Now a flag comes out late, or before the snap is even done. It's just going to be a warning. They're telling the Spiders to back away from the sidelines. No penalty here. This one is just a warning. I was about to say, though, the Wonder backs, Scott, all night have shown great balance and a propensity to fight through first contact.
Really a great job rushing the ball tonight. A good job by that offensive line as well.
Riley breaks through 2 tackles. Another flag goes down on the far sideline near the A.L. Brown side.
Could be encroachment on the Spiders as they were quickly in the backfield.
Not an inordinate amount of penalties in the first half, but they're starting to pile up now. Illegal shift. Going to be the call against A.L. Brown.
Play went for a loss. You may see E.J. Smith decline this one.
And that is indeed the signal. 4.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Wonders in charge, driving again, looking for more.
2nd down, 7. 3rd down, 7. Western 27.
Tyler Gilmore, the quarterback. High snap, he brings it in, ball is loose. Spiders have it. Scooping it up and making something out of it there, coming back the other way, and a little bit of extracurricular activity for the Spiders. It's going to be Shaquan Smith, the sophomore.
And really, Shaquan Smith has been a bright ball player there for Concord throughout the evening. He's had a good ball game.
Take a look again, and that was just a missed exchange, Scott. They got tangled up trying to get the handoff there, and Smith right on the spot. First turnover of the game for A.L. Brown. Spiders will come back the other way, and they've changed quarterbacks again. This will be Jordan Havinga under center now. 2 straight fumbles on 2 straight carries for Roger Smith. He's got it again. Pounding his way out across the 40 this time.
And really starting to see some extracurricular activity on the field. A heated rivalry, and you expect to see some of that throughout the game, especially.
Tempers flaring. We won't see it in this game, Scott, but one of the special moments of this game is this rivalry is always when one school has the bell and the other one wins it, and the team has to drag it across the field and turn it over to them.
The walk of shame there.
Yeah.
Pick up on that play. We'll have the Spiders face a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 4 for the Spiders. Ben Brill in under center now. He's in trouble. Somehow he stays alive, but not for long. Now he gets it to Roger Smith. I don't believe they got that off. Smith still on his feet. He's got the first down and more. Inside the Wonder 45-yard line goes Roger Smith, and how about Ben Brill keeping that play alive?
Kudos to Ben Brill, continuing to scramble around and then having the presence of mind while being wrapped up by one of the A.L. Brown defenders to pitch it to Roger Smith, and then Smith works his magic over here in the open field.
Let's see. 1, 2, and then gets it away. Well, he was just in a lot of trouble from the start. Smith looked like he was going to go the wrong way for a while there.
Bodies flying everywhere. His blockers throwing blocks downfield.
Popped the fullback right up the middle that time as Havinga comes back in at quarterback. This will be the fullback, Brandon Phillips, the senior, and he's near the 35.
And it's really getting chippy out there now, Woody.
You don't stay away from my pizza, it's going to get chippy in here.
You know. I've heard that. I've heard not to mess with you and your pizza.
I'm serious about my pizza now. 2 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. 2nd and 5 for the Spiders. Havinga under center. Phillips and Smith, the setbacks. This will be Smith, and he'll go down immediately. Breaking through right away was number 51, Dominique Pfeiffer for A.L. Brown, the 200-pound sophomore there right in the middle of your picture. He just ate that one up.
Just shot an inside gap right off the snap of the football and immediately met Smith in the backfield.
One step sooner and he might have gotten the handoff. Bring up a 3rd and 6 now for the Spiders. They'll go with 4 receivers. Check it, 3 receivers. Brill in trouble again. Flips it to Smith, and he can't get away.
Now, if we have a replay of that one, Brill threw that one left-handed, Woody. And he's going to limp over the sideline. Got dinged up a little bit, but pushed it out there left-handed for completion.
Well, he's a fighter. 4th down. Spiders have no choice but to go for it here. Look at Ben Brill.
In trouble with the football. There you go. A little left-handed toss.
How about that?
And once again, our crew, as they do each and every game, just on every play with a great replay.
That's a kid with a big heart right there. So Spiders do change their minds, and they will kick it away now. On to boot it is Brandon Barnhart, and back deep. Well, they were going to send one back. Now the Wonders have nobody back.
Mike Robinson was going to go back. Now we have a flag.
The red game is the indication this time.
Wait a minute now.
I think the clock continued to run after the whistle blew, so he was trying to get the clock stopped.
Now back the Spiders up 5 more. And the Wonders will put the return team on now. TJ Johnson will come in, and he's going to set up at about his 20.
Now, I was watching Johnson in warm-ups, and I really think he has a chance to take a punt back if he fills one cleanly.
Short kick. Johnson won't get a chance at this one. Or will he? He ran in there, and I think we can hear the coaches all the way up here saying, no, get away.
That was one of those no, go plays if he did happen to pick it up.
5 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. 1 snap should do it before we get to the 4th here. Wonders have made wholesale substitutions here in the 2nd half. They've got their backup quarterback into the game now. At least they did last series. Tyler Gilmore, number 18. And that will end the 3rd quarter, actually. So, Wonders in charge, 49-6 in the 78th annual Battle for the Bell.
You certainly will be missed.
12 minutes remaining here from Concord High School. Woody Kane, Scott Cleveland, our stat man Steve Gant, and the entire Time Warner Cable production crew along with you. Wonders coming back the other way. A new back into the game now. That's number 37, Xavier Stanback, the freshman. Not much doing for him that time.
You know, Woody, watching this game in the 4th quarter, a lot of reserves in there now, but they're still going at it out on the football field. These kids are getting a chance to play. It's still a rivalry. There's some good licks going on, some hard hits, and some ball carriers getting driven backwards here.
A lot of these seniors, their last opportunity to play in a Bell game. Stand back. Nope. Check it. It's the quarterback again coming back the other way. Gilmore, not much doing there. He may even have lost another yard. 11 minutes to go in the game now. Take a look at Gilmore again. Good ball fake. He keeps it, but good pursuit and good way to stay home for the Concord defense. That was Caleb Edelman, the sophomore, on the tackle. Gilmore with one back. He's set to throw. Fires it, and not very close. He was looking for Dennis Lopez, the senior, but Lopez would have needed another 2 feet or so to get near it.
4th and 10. The Wonders drop their own 24.
Well, Gilmore came out and he really should have set his feet. The receiver was open.
He was trying to throw to a spot instead of to the man, it appeared. 10.5 to go. Wonders set to kick it away. Roger Smith back at about the 45-yard line. Here's Vance Chapman. Nice kick. And it takes a Wonder roll and then some. Bounds all the way inside the 25 to the 23-yard line before Kannapolis downs it. So the Wonders headed off to the playoffs, Scott, and Concord in all likelihood will miss the playoffs. And this is a team that, oh yeah, cheerleaders never give up, do they?
No, they do not.
What's the line? Save the cheerleader, save the world? They even had a Marine down there with them.
Yeah, maybe he's the one saving the cheerleaders down there on the sideline.
Hey, the Marines aren't fools. They know where to be. They know where the action is. You get a chance to hang out with the beautiful people, you got to take advantage of that. Roger Smith somehow gets loose and winds up picking up about 4 yards.
Congratulations to Concord High School on winning the 2008 Robbery Series. Marine Corps, Kenneth Galvin.
Replay here, and you see Smith breaking 1, 2 tackles, cuts it back across, and takes on defenders.
To move the ball up near the 49-yard line.
Ben Brill back under center after limping off a few plays ago. Set to throw, intercepted. Coming back the other way for A.L. Brown is Xavier Watson. Still fighting, and he takes it down near the 10-yard line. Xavier Watson.
That's his 4th interception of the year. He leads the team. And you talked about throwing a spot a few minutes ago by the Kannapolis quarterback. Brill throwing a spot there.
Too deep.
And the only one that was there was Xavier Watson. He was thinking pick 6 as soon as he intercepted it.
Yeah, he was trying to go over the middle to his tight end, Will Probst, who caught the lone touchdown of the game for Concord. Excellent field position again for the Wonders, just outside the 11-yard line. Gilmore from the shotgun. High snap, but he brings it down. Fighting forward is Riley. Touchdown, Wonders. Riley's kind of had a big game here, kind of quietly. He hadn't gotten a lot of attention, but he's had a nice game.
Well, that's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He had 1 called back earlier as well. And just a good job of inside running.
That ups it to 55. Morgan McDaniel will try and tack on the extra point again. Kick is up and good. 8:47 to go. Wonders by 50. Well, Kannapolis kind of issuing a statement to the playoff field here that they're ready to go. Over 100 points in the last couple of games as they tune up for the playoffs. Morgan McDaniel set to kick it away again. And Scott, this one getting close to some historical significance, isn't it?
Actually, it's establishes some historical significance. As I look back at the scores over the year, the most points scored previously in the game was last year where Kannapolis scored 45 points. This is the first time either team's ever been over 50 points in the rivalry.
Ooh. Oh my goodness. A grinding hit at the 15-yard line. Big pop delivered out there. Looked like it was number 27, Keenan Williamson, the sophomore.
And looking at the scores as well, there's been a couple times in 1980 and a couple times Kannapolis has won 41-0, so that's the largest margin of victory in the series, 41 points, 1955 as well. So a couple of scoring records could be set. One of them already is set, most points ever scored in a rivalry.
Fullback up the middle, that's Phillips, and he'll take it out across the 20-yard line. Brandon Phillips, a senior, playing in his last bell game. Inside 8 minutes to go now. Well, one thing's for sure, the coach that gets the tapes of the last few Kannapolis games coming into the playoffs is probably not going to like what he sees.
He's going to see probably the entire offensive playbook, to say the least. I mean, Kannapolis, the thing is, they've scored on the first or second play of a drive several times tonight. So they've had one long march as well, but a lot of it's just been quick hitters, and also, 5 turnovers for Concord. 4 times those have been turned into points immediately by the Kannapolis offense.
3rd and short now for the Spiders. That was Smith on the carry. Give him about 2. Havinga to Smith. 1st down. And tripped up as he tried to cut it back the other way. First wonder there appeared to be number 70, Julio Conejo, the senior, in on the tackle that time. Take a look again at Roger Smith.
And Smith did pick up the 1st down. A little upset he got undercut there. And you've got to wonder, I mean, if Roger Smith, if there were more offensive playmakers in this offense, what his stats would look like.
I thought you were going to say more of him.
Well, he's a small guy as well, but
I mean multiples, like more Roger Smith.
Exactly. But if there's a wide receiver that was making a few plays or running quarterback like you're seeing on the other side of the football, I mean, then he'd really get a chance to show his talents, because the defense wouldn't necessarily be keen on him on every play.
Smith picks up about 6 on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and a long 3 now for Concord. Havinga still under center. Or check it, Ben Brill into the game now, number 4. Phillips fighting forward, out near midfield, ball is loose. Is it down? The officials say the ball was down. Play was dead.
That might have been coming out before he was down, but they're going to whistle it down. Good run, 1st down for Concord.
That was awfully close. Take a look at Phillips here coming in the middle. Brandon Phillips, the senior.
Yeah, it was loose before he came down, but regardless, Concord will continue to have possession.
Spiders near midfield, 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Roger Smith again. Tries to cut it to the outside, and he's taken down there by Andrew Leslie, the sophomore linebacker, before he can get away. Smith had the right idea, but the Wonders with a good job of pursuit to shut that one down before he could get loose.
That's the one thing about this Kannapolis defense, is they have so much team speed that Roger Smith always seems to be one player away from breaking it. One more player's getting in there and tripping him up, or putting a hit on him, or pursuing the play from behind, and that's keeping them from having the really big runs tonight.
Inside 5 minutes to go now. Smith inside the 35-yard line before he's taken down. Again on the tackle is going to be number 41, Andrew Leslie, the sophomore linebacker.
Smith continues to run hard, and here in what could be his final game as a senior, he'd love to get in the end zone, cap off the season, cap off a career.
So on that tackle was number 27, Keenan Williamson, the sophomore. Wonders with a lot of new faces in on defense as well. 4.5 minutes to go now. Brill will keep it himself. Bootleg, he's got some room, and he'll slide down at about the 27-yard line. 4 minutes to go in the game.
He came around that corner in a hurry, and then kind of just put the brakes on, slid down. Nice gain on 1st down.
What you might describe as an uh-oh moment when he realized there were a lot of white jerseys collecting over there.
6-yard gain. second and 4 to the ball. Rest at the time of the 1.
2nd and 4 now for the Spiders. 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Trying to finish on a positive note are the Spiders from the eye. Smith. Ridden down at about the 15-yard line. One of the first wonders there appeared to be number 22, who's had a big night on the offensive side, Colby Reed.
Colby Reed who caught a touchdown earlier, second touchdown of the game. And Smith able to pick up another first down.
Pick up on that play, certainly gives the Stars the first down at the 1-12.
Smith again trying to pick his way along, and he's down at the 15-yard line.
All right, Woody, who'd you vote for?
Well, they're passing out the MVP ballots. I got to go with Jamil Lott.
You're going to go with Jamil Lott. I'm going to go on the other side of the football, and I'm going to go with Dwayne Stroud. Had a tremendous game tonight defensively for the Wonders. Lott, I think we get honorable mention for me as well. But I'm going to cast my ballot for Dwayne Stroud there. You thought I was asking you who you voted for earlier this week.
No, I didn't. I knew what you meant. I had the ballot right in my hand. You were trying to copy my homework. That's what was going on here. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the game now. 2nd and long for the Spiders. Smith met at the line of scrimmage, and somehow he gets away.
Smith on the carry.
Bangs inside the 10-yard line.
Pulls his way down near the 10.
Roger Smith showing no quit in his game here as we take it inside 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, Smith was gassed about 3 or 4 plays ago when Brill kept the ball to keeper, but he continues to stay out there, and he continues to run very impressively here on this last drive.
90 seconds remaining in the game. Roger Smith trying to catch his breath back there. He's been a workhorse on this drive especially. It'll be Smith again. Flags fly. He's met at the 10, and he pounds his way to about the 5. And it'll come back. Holding against the Spiders is the preliminary indication. 1:17 remaining in the ball game. A.L. Brown jumped out to a 21-0 lead. Spiders responded after a stop, but since then it's been all Wonders. The hold will push the Spiders out across the 20. It'll be 3rd and long. They've got to get to the 4-yard line for a first down here.
It appears to be 17.
And looking at this Concord offense, Will Cowan's a senior. Brill, who's in there now, quarterback's a senior. Roger Smith is a senior. Their leading receiver is a senior as well. William Probst, the tight end who caught the ball earlier, he's a senior. So
draw play to Roger Smith. He's close. He may have a first down, Scott, depending on the spot. He's going to be awfully close. Inside a minute to go now.
Down inside the 10-yard line near the 5.
Looks like he's just short. Bring up 4th down and 1.
Coming up on 30 seconds to go in the ball game right now.
Number 20 for the Wonders.
The one bright spot looking down their roster is Sean Willits, who was their starting quarterback earlier this season. You see a timeout by Brill. He's only a junior, so he'll be back next year.
22 seconds to go. Spiders will take a timeout and see if they can punch one in the end zone. On the other side of the ball, Scott, lots of seniors for A.L. Brown. Jamil Lott, a senior. T.J. Johnson, a senior. Colby Reed and Jonathan Williams, a senior. Chris Moore, the linebacker, a senior as well. And looking further down the list, Darius Norris, a senior.
Dwayne Stroud as well.
Marcus Deal, yeah. I mean, Zach Massey, a senior. I mean, they're going to lose a lot of guys. And, you know, heading into the playoffs, you like to have a senior-dominated team who's kind of been there, done that.
And that's the one difference is for the Kannapolis seniors, they get to go forward next week and continue their season. For Concord, barring a miracle in the playoffs, this is pretty much going to be it for them.
4th and short for the Spiders. Roger Smith fighting forward. It's going to be close depending on the spot. Clock continues to run. 13, 12 seconds. Now it's stopped. The officials may want to measure it.
And for Concord, you want to take advantage, go ahead and have your play called, just in case you did pick up the first down. Go ahead and try to punch it in. They're going to bring the chains out, Woody.
The officials have stopped the clock with 13.4 seconds to go. They'll measure and see if Concord will get one more crack at the end zone here. Excitement, elation on the Wonder sidelines. One of the most dominating performances ever in a Bell game, and A.L. Brown ball. The Spiders were stopped short. Roger Smith slow to rise, and he'll walk off the field as the Wonders begin to celebrate. Roger Smith slow to rise, and he'll walk off the field as the Wonders begin to celebrate. They're headed to the playoffs. The Spiders mounted one final drive, but came up short just inside the 5-yard line. Coach Ron Massey gets the water bath there as his players douse him. He won't mind too much. Seemed like some of the assistant coaches enjoyed that more than the players.
Yeah. They didn't get him good, though. They only,
well, he's pretty quick. He
got his right shoulder there.
Yeah, he's pretty quick. Wonders will take a knee and run out the clock. That'll end the game. One of the biggest victories ever in the Bell game. A.L. Brown, 56. Concord, 6. They'll meet at the center of the field and shake hands. The 78th Battle for the Bell is in the books. When we come back, Scott Cleveland will talk with the winning coach. A.L. Brown keeps the Bell. Scott Cleveland is field side with the Wonder head coach.
Down the field with Kannapolis head coach Ron Massey. Coach, starting out the game, your team really dominated the field possession, and Morgan McDaniel's kickoffs really helped set you up for that.
Yeah, well, our defense has done a great job over the last few weeks on takeaways, and they gave us field position to start the game. And Jamil did a great job. Had great protection. We knew they were going to be man coverage. When we felt like we wanted to throw the ball early, see what we could do with that. But I was very proud of our kids. It was a tough day for us, but our kids handled it well. Our seniors did a tremendous job out there leading us tonight. Defensively, they just kept getting this ball in great field position, and offensively, we took advantage of it, which is, if you're going to be good, you got to be able to do those things.
And you talked about the 5 turnovers. Dwayne Stroud caused 3 fumbles tonight. Talk about his play.
He's a player. I mean, he's a smart football player, plays hard every snap, and our defense has just really done a great job here recently, just with takeaways, and I hope they'll continue.
And Jamil Lott's leading a very poised spread offense. You feel like you're peaking at the right time for the playoffs coming up?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of people involved in it, and that's what we want to do. And Jamil just has gotten better and better every week, and we knew he would, coming in. And but the offensive line, I thought, gave him great time to throw the ball tonight. Receivers made the catches when they needed to, and I thought our running backs, turned it up there in the second quarter and third quarter and ran extremely hard. So it was just a great win. It's a great atmosphere out here. It's a great ball game, and our kids, we tell our kids every year, but you need to feel fortunate to be involved in a game like this, and two communities, 2 schools with this kind of tradition, and be able to play in a game like this. So it's a great feeling.
Coach Massey and the Wonders celebrate a 56-6 win. Back upstairs to you, Woody.
So A.L. Brown has now won 10 of the last 12 Battle for the Bell ball games. The 78th one is in the books. Back with some final stats and some highlights after this. Previously, the most points scored in a Bell game by one team was 45. A.L. Brown did that last year. Now they have eclipsed that with a 56-point effort tonight. Scott, here's how they got there.
365 yards of offense, including 270 yards rushing. Anytime you rush for 270 yards, you usually get to come out on the winning end. 5 Concord turnovers, only 1 for Kannapolis. Concord did have 12 first downs versus 8, 6 penalties apiece. But you just really look at that and just a total offensive performance tonight by the A.L. Brown Wonders.
This will make the overall 38-36-4, and here's Jamil Lott.
Second play from scrimmage in the second half, 41-yard touchdown run, just 26 seconds after the break. His second TD run of the night puts him up 42-6. And then a pass to Zach Massey, 15-yard touchdown reception, 49-6. The Wonders lead. And then Travis Riley, 10-yard run, his second touchdown run of the game, provides the final margin.
A.L. Brown improves to 9-2 overall, 7-1 in conference play, and at least a share of the conference title. They'll head to the playoffs next week. So for Scott Cleveland, Steve Gant, and the entire Time Warner Cable Sports production crew, I'm Woody Kane saying thanks for joining us, everyone, and good night.